Greetings, Earthlings. Changing it up a little bit. You guys know one of my last vestiges to the pop culture, to the mainstream, to the rest of the people out there is probably my affinity for Game of Thrones. I love me some Game of Thrones. It is a weakness. Certainly, Kabbalistic roots within Game of Thrones, a big Jewish influence, and one of the most disturbing, I would say, would be the constant in-your-face promotion of incest. Right? I mean, it's everywhere in the show. You know, a one-off here and there, okay, but it's constant. We are reminded over and over again of how Targaryens over the centuries, brother-sister marriages occurred, right? And that's why they have all these recessive genes, the silver, the very, very pasty, milky white complexion, and the silver hair, albino almost, right? The recessive genes keep getting passed down generation after generation. And also madness, right? The Mad King. The Mad King was crazy. He was setting people on fire. And that's another Kabbalistic thing, the blood sacrifice, sacrifice by fire promotion. But the incest is really, I mean, George R.R., did you really have to go there? Targaryens, yes, okay. Then we had what, the Jaime Lannister and Cersei Lannister fathering the whole line of kings that were supposed to be Robert's sons with Jaime and Cersei, right? So and that's a prime. These are two main characters having an incestuous relationship on the show. So that's over the top. But and then the Targaryens over and over again, and then we see the scenario at Craster's Keep where he's raping his daughters and having more daughters, and then sacrificing all male children to the White Walkers, the servants of the Night King himself. Right? We still haven't found out what the connection is. I'm assuming the silver-haired guys that are leading that are leading the army of the dead are Craster's male children. That's what I'm assuming. I don't know this, but we are permitted to speculate. Baruch Hashem. So Goyim, do not be manipulated into thinking that incest is somehow okay. All right. So that's the third instance of incest, right? Craster raping his daughters, having more daughters, and raping his granddaughters, and having more daughters, and raping his great-granddaughters, and having more daughters, right? Completely insane, totally satanic. So we have the Targaryens marrying brother and sister. We have Cersei and Jaime Lannister, a prominent love story, incestuous love story, brother and sister. We have Craster raping his children. We have Theon Greyjoy groping his own sister, a scene where he's groping his own sister and she's playing along with it. Ha 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 ha. Right? And then what? And what's the piece de resistance? What's the piece de resistance? I tell you, it's Jon Snow having an incestuous relationship with his aunt, Queen Daenerys. And who doesn't want Jon Snow and Queen Daenerys to hook up? Everybody does. So you see the diabolical nature of this. We want them to be a couple, but they're related and it's incest. So it's a gateway to try to make it okay. Well, if Jon Snow and Queen Daenerys, we can give them a special incestuous dispensation. No, we cannot. I know the lore. I know the temptation to want to do that because They're two heroic characters we love, but we cannot. Don't allow the the satanic influences, the programming, to get you to let your guard down in terms of moral fortitude. Okay? Incest is wrong. Incest is unnatural. It's punishable, biblically it's punishable by death. Okay? So we do exist in the satanic realm, folks, and this is a huge program of epic proportions. And I do love the show so much, but it's important not to. It's important to make this case, okay, because it is a very influential show, and people should not have any kind of mixed signals regarding incest. It is wrong. It is an abomination in front of any, the sight of God and anyone and mankind as well. Truthers united will never be defeated.